Kari Lake's trial has finally concluded. She brought this horrible, corrupt election to trial, and she got nothing because there was no evidence that she could bring to show the election was stolen from her. I'm going to show you a clip of her walking out of the courtroom, I guess, on the last day of the trial and saying, "We nailed it. This showed without a shadow of a doubt that this election was stolen from me." But first, I want to give you the truth. So we're going to look at her lies in a second. But first, let me just give you what actually was the conclusion of this trial. Arizona Central wrote an interesting piece on this titled, "Kari Lake's Bombshell Goes Pfft," was the title. Kari Lake's trial is over. The big reveal about Arizona's election is, well, revealed. Turns out there was no bombshell evidence proving that some nefarious soul over at Maricopa County schemed up a plan to rob Lake of victory. There wasn't even a small firecracker, not even a party popper. It was just Lake's attorney clinging to a theory that somebody shrunk the ballots to cause election day mayhem and cost Lake the election. And then it quotes the lawyer there. And then this is titled, "Team Lake Failed to Prove Either Count." Actually, according to Maricopa County Superior Court Judge Peter Thompson's order, it was about bringing evidence that shows someone intentionally caused the county's ballot on-demand printers to malfunction, and that as a result of that, enough identifiable votes were lost to change the outcome of the election. So what it's highlighting there is, as we've discussed, there was what I would say a relatively minor issue with the printers and tabulating situation that was solved and didn't prevent anyone's votes from being counted. So the judge laid out that to be successful in this case, you would have to not only prove that someone purposely malfunctioned these machines, but also that votes were prevented from being counted, which of course did not happen. In a country of hundreds of millions of people, when you run an election, sometimes there'll be a little technical issue. As long as the response to it's proper and everyone's votes get counted as they did in Arizona, then it's all okay. It continues, and it was about whether the Republican-run county intentionally played fast and loose with the rules that require them to keep track of early ballots, allowing Democrat Katie Hobbs to come away with the win. Team Lake didn't even come close on either count, and then it lays out the different claims the Lake team was making and how they didn't actually prove any of the information that was supposed to be. Next little part here. Printer problem was a snafu, not a scheme. Scott Jarrett, the county's co-elections director, testified on Thursday that temporary technicians dispatched on election day to troubleshoot problems in 3 voting centers accidentally set the printers to shrink to fit, causing the vote center tabulators to reject them. Okay. What he described was a snafu, not a scheme. But Lake's expert, Clay Parikh, said that those 19-inch ballots turned up in ballots he inspected earlier this week from all 6 vote centers, and thus it could not be by accident. Ipso facto, a conspiracy-o. Who knows? Maybe it would have worked in Fantasyland, but here in Maricopa County, there are those bipartisan boards that make sure such ballots count. So even if there was a plot, doubtful, it was foiled when those votes were ultimately counted. So the printing mistake that occurred didn't even prevent those ballots from not getting counted because, as they said, the bipartisan board made sure that they did indeed get counted. Kari Lake called this a victory, even though it wasn't, as we'll see her saying later. And then this article recommends that the judge should sanction Kari Lake for this. As for the always aggrieved Lake, forever playing to the court of public opinion, she predictably claimed victory upon leaving the courthouse on Thursday afternoon. And then they put a quote in there that we'll look at in a second. Something was proved without a shadow of a doubt, all right, and it should be followed up with sanctions as a warning to candidates that they better come to court armed with something more than sour grapes if they want to overturn the results of an election. If Lake had proof of a county plot to deny her due, it certainly wasn't offered up this week. Opinion, speculation, and outright wishful thinking, yeah, but actual evidence in a courtroom, no. Well put, but despite the fact that they proved none of the stuff they would have to show any stealing went on, this was Kari Lake's response on her way out on the final day.
I'm just going to be proud.
Let me start this right here.
I'm just going to make a quick statement. I am so incredibly proud of our amazing attorneys and staff that put this amazing case together, historic case. We proved without a shadow of a doubt that there was malicious intent that caused disruption so great It changed the results of the election. I'm incredibly proud of both Brian Blem and Kurt Olson, who led up this legal team. We provided expert testimony. We provided experts. The other side brought in activists to try to save face. They admitted that they've known about these ballot problems. They're ballot problems. Now they're trying to say that it's been going on for 3 elections. Our elections are a mess in this country.
And you get the point. So claiming victory, despite that not being the reality at all. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get a full extra show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there's a link in the description.